welcome back to Panic Butter. This is Tony. Thanks for joining me. Hey, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be right back at the beginning of the next one with me. Today, we got some creepy, some strange, spine-chilling paranormal encounters. Some from the past, some from the far past, and some from right now. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's get right into it. First up, here it is. You're at home. You're by yourself. It is nighttime. You know the rest. Here we go. Have to be getting out of there, that's for sure. If that's real, pack them and leave. But hey, are you really gonna pack? Should you have even unpacked? That's the question. What do you think? Let's move on. This is gonna be creepy. Here we go.
The following footage was shot by Henry R. Hill of New York in 1954. It was released to be published in 2024 by court order. The audio is from an interview conducted with Mr. Hill in 1960.
So you say you captured this on film, but you no longer have the film?
Yes, I did. I'd show it to you, but the government confiscated it. They're lying to all of us. They covered it all up.
Tell us about what you saw.
I saw it from the road as I was driving. It was just this big black mountain out in the ocean. I pulled into Elephant Head there. It started shooting. It was coming right at me. I could see its eyes glittering up there in the dark. It was like looking into the eyes of God. Horror, looking at God. And I don't know what kept me standing there.
Paralyzed with fear.
But as it got closer and it passed by me, I could feel it all around me. Like the air was turned to poison. My health problems started up not long after that. It'll be 6 years come September. That thing still haunts my dreams. Haunts my lungs. Every time I close my eyes, it's there with me.
Interesting. What was it that he was describing that he saw? Godzilla, maybe? Come on. Really? Is it real? What do you think? Is there more? That's the question. What do you think there is? Let's find out. There's a lot going on. If you're watching these at night, you might not want to. Or you might just want to stay up later. Turn the lights on. Let's find out. Here we go.
Hello. My name is Ken Coffman, 33 years old, healthy, for the most part. Lately, something strange has been happening to me. I've been having these dreams of this thing standing there, watching me while I sleep. I drew a sketch. I've read about sleep paralysis where someone has these lucid dreams of this presence in their room. I've been waking up with excruciating headaches and these. I've never been a rough sleeper or have had any history of sleepwalking. Could it be the onset of a combination of sleeping disorders? I think it's concerning enough to seek help, but I can't afford it. At least, not right now. Tonight I'll be recording myself while I sleep to see exactly what I'm doing. It's clear.
You sure nothing's missing?
Nothing. I would know. I don't have much worth value anyways.
Make sure you keep all the doors and windows locked tonight. I'm gonna hang around the neighborhood and keep an eye on the house. And give me that video too.
Interesting, huh? All asleep. What happens when you're asleep? Bet that's not it. Or it just might be. If it is, set up cameras. You know the drill. Let's move on. Because after you're already gone, creepy stuff like this that you're about to see happens. Happens outside though. Here we go. Yeah, he's creeped out just like everybody else would have been. Especially if he would have looked up and seen it right in front of his face. Well, that would have got his attention. What would you have thought? Let's move on. Let's go back inside. Getting pretty good. I hope you're staying awake. Here we go. What are you talking about? Is that real? Do you have kids? What? What can you say? Other than, oh man, what? Well, huh? Yeah, that is pretty much it. That's pretty wild, huh? Let's move on. Here we go. This is outside. Not while you're sleeping. Next up.
The following video comes from a man named Gary. He's actually out on a cruise ship, and in the specific area that they were in was in between the waters of Haiti and Cuba when he and his family saw these unidentified lights in the water. Now there's a couple of things to review here. One, the ship is moving and how close these lights are to the water. I don't believe it's bioluminescence, nor is it jellyfish or any type of fish. Anything that close to a major cruise liner would be sucked down into those propellers. So that leaves a question. What is it? I actually don't believe this is a marine animal. I actually think he may have captured a USO, which is the term that ufologists use for underwater UFOs. Take a look at this footage and tell me what you think.
That's under the, well, what did you see? I don't know. Could have seen something. Could have been something. You never know. It's up for grabs. But let's move back in. Hey, what's going on in your state with the stores? How about Walmart? Other than, cruising around there getting Walmart content. What's happening with them? Check this out.
Did y'all hear that Texas is closing down 51 Walmarts in their state? Now, someone in Texas sent me this and they told me they just shut down her neighborhood Walmart around her area. So, is anybody else experiencing this in Texas? What's going on, Texas?
Hey, y'all, guess what? I just got a message across my phone says that 51 stores in Texas, Walmarts, are closing. I didn't get the date. It just went across my phone. 51 stores, they all closing on the same day. What's going on in Texas? That don't sound right.
So it looks like Walmart is closing down 51 of its stores across a lot of different states, including Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, and Illinois. So I don't know if every state is closing down 51 of its stores or if it's 51 collectively throughout all these states. I don't know what's going on, y'all, but did y'all know this is going on in Texas? Like Florida, I didn't even hear about this in Florida. But the person said they just shut down her neighborhood Walmart. So if anybody knows what's going on, please let us know, y'all. But yes, y'all, we told y'all it's only getting a lot more interesting. Let's continue to get this shift. Peace in.
What do you think? Is it something or is it nothing? Is it just a conspiracy? But it is happening. What is actually going on? That's the question. It's happening in a lot of states. Is it happening near you? Let's move back outside. Check it out. Up next, here we go.
April 2019, a YouTuber named Jason uploaded a video to his channel, Appy Mountain Trekkers, in which he recorded footage of his solo overnight trip to the mountains. His channel is dedicated to all things outdoors, in which Jason frequently uploads videos of his adventures hiking, camping, and surviving in the woods. In this particular video, his hike up to the mountain is pretty uneventful, and as soon as he arrives at the campsite, Jason begins setting up his tent and shows his viewers how he starts a fire as the sun begins to set. As he waits for the day to end, he tries his luck at spoon carving, and this is when he reports hearing a strange sound coming from the top of one of the mountains, but he writes it off as a bird or some other small animal and continues setting up for the night. At about 9 o'clock, he turns his camera off to go to bed, but less than an hour later, he wakes up to a strange sound that he says he's never heard before in his life. He mentions it sounded like some sort of guttural animal call, but because it came from pretty far away, he couldn't identify what it was.
I'm still rattled. I've never heard anything like that in my life. It sounded like a mix between almost like a pig. Some kind of, I hate to even say it, but a pig, an ape, and the calls almost sounded like how the velociraptors communicate with each other on Jurassic Park. I've never heard anything like that in my life.
Still shaken after the rude awakening, he tries to go back to bed, but just a few hours later at around 1 a.m., he wakes up again to what he describes as the sound of something or someone circling his tent.
Uh-oh, out there creeping around in the woods, alone. No protection. Apparently no protection. No dog. No lights. But there's more. You knew there would be. We have to find out what happened. Here we go. Part 2.
It's close. Hear that? Whatever it is, it sounded like there was 2 or 3 of them, and it started on the other side of my camp, went around my perimeter.
If you look closely at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you can see the reflection of what appears to be 1 or 2 sets of eyes as he pans his flashlight over them. Although there are many animals with eyes that reflect light at night, based on the fiery white color of the reflection, it's very likely that Jason was being observed by wolves or coyotes. Dog's eyes will also give off a white reflection, but considering that it was around 1 a.m. when this happened, it's unlikely that a dog would be walking around in the mountains so close to his campsite. Coyote and wolf attacks on humans are rare, as both species tend to avoid human contact, but they can still become very aggressive if they feel threatened, especially if they have pups nearby. If this were the case, Jason would be in grave danger, but chillingly he doesn't even seem to notice the eyes watching him as he scans the area with his flashlight. Luckily, he went back to his tent and slept safely through the night. When he woke up the next morning, he recorded another update for his viewers, but he never mentioned the eyes that his camera had captured the night before, suggesting he might have never noticed. After this video, there were no additional updates on the incident.
That's interesting. Pretty scary, pretty spooky, and alone. Would you do it? Do you do it? Let me know. Let's move on though. Check it out. Here we go. Are you into creeping around abandoned places? Abandoned houses? In the dark? At any time? If you are, does this happen?
In this last video, a man from Poland is walking through a secluded forest when he finds an abandoned house. However, there's something about this place that doesn't seem right. Oddly, for some reason, the owners of this house had left most of their stuff behind. It's as if they had left in a hurry. Not sure as to why there were still things inside, the man walks around with caution, thinking that someone might still be there. But as he checks out the place, things take a terrifying turn. Watch. Out of nowhere, the house comes alive. Things move on their own, and a musical box begins to play by itself. Although we don't know the property owners' names, their pictures can be found throughout the house. But whoever they were, they must have left the place at once for obvious reasons. It's unknown where this house is located, but given what happened in this video, there's no need for an address. Whether actually haunted or not, the setting of this place is creepy alone. But of course, let me know your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, that's elevated creep factor there. When you're out there creeping around in another property, never been there before, and stuff starts happening. Man, that can get your attention. Can cause a lot of issues. Unlike, well, probably just like the next person had. Warning. Warning, warning, warning. This one, ooh, didn't go down good. Didn't turn out well for him. Something creepy did happen though. But what? Do you know?
This man dipped his own head into a deep fryer, and this is a massive trigger warning. Okay, so at first glance, this looks like a normal chef just cooking in a kitchen. But what happened shortly after this is absolutely nightmare-inducing. This chef tosses his own head into the deep fryer, completely deep frying his entire head with oil, and dying. And the most messed up part about this is that there is a video of this. Apparently the man was possessed by some sort of ghost or demon, but I don't know how true that is. But the most believable reasoning for this is that he had some sort of mental illness, which was even noticed by some of his co-workers. But in the video, the man rotates his head extremely weirdly and inhumane, and then just throws his head into the deep fryer with no hesitation at all, leading people to believe that he was possessed, because why else would any sane person just throw their head into a deep fryer with oil? I don't recommend anybody watching or searching for the video because it is honestly pretty disturbing. Mainly because it just comes out of nowhere and you're not expecting it at all. 1 minute the chef is just cooking food, doing his job, and the next he starts twisting his head all weirdly and throws his head into the deep frying oil. I would never watch this video again, and you should never.
Yeah, wow. What can you say there, huh? Wow, wow, wow. That didn't turn out well. Something got a hold of him, but what? That's the question. Pretty strange. What do you think about this? Have you ever been at the gym? Have you ever encountered this while you're at the gym? I'm not talking about a Karen, you know. Something spooky. Here it is.
The following footage shows someone who's by himself inside a gym when something terrifying happens. Emily Ruiz, who suggested the video, writes, "Words cannot explain this disturbing footage. The person in the video had obtained this recording from the gym and sent it to a friend who we hear speaking in the video. This is what was captured."
Pasaron cosas muy extrañas, la madre, hasta una máquina se movió. Vea, mira, explíqueme eso, vea, dos cuerdas y ¿qué vas a ver, mamá? Y la otra quieta, o sea, no podemos decir que es el aire, ni que hay ventilación, ni nada de esas vainas. Y en plena luz del día, ¿quién dice que estas maricadas pasan en plena luz del día? No, mire, la luz. Mire. Mire, ahí, mira eso, mira eso.
Uy, ¿eso qué pasó? ¿Por qué eso se mueve?
Esa vaina es pesadísima, eso es pesadísimo.
¿Sí?
Sí, parece eso es una energía muy mala.
¡Ay, Dios mío! ¿Qué le pasó?
Mamá, mire.
No, Dios, no, eso no es normal.
Sí, yo sé
eso no es normal, no.
Those who've seen the footage were left unsettled by this terrifying encounter. At the start of the video, we can see that someone or something is peeking at this person. This is something you might have missed. Now, it's worth mentioning that another camera had recorded this from a different angle. By looking at this specific footage, we can see that the facility has open windows. It could be that the wind from outside the room was causing the ropes to move on their own. But if that were the case, then other things in the room should have moved as well, especially the towel on the box, which appears light enough to move just a bit, but it doesn't. The wind could also explain the ball's movement, but mind you, this is a medicine ball. It would take more than just a gust of wind to be able to move something this heavy. But what's even more baffling about this footage is how the person gets dragged across the floor. It could be that he was doing this on his own, moving his body in such a way to make it seem as though he were being dragged. However, a closer look at this scene shows that he was jerked in a forceful manner, which is almost impossible to do on one's own. Other things in the video remain questionable, such as lights turning off on their own, or whatever this is. I'll leave it to you to come up with your own conclusion on this footage. Feel free to let me know what you think.
Yeah, what do you think? What is your conclusion? That puts a whole new meaning to the word workout, doesn't it? Doesn't want to make you go to the gym and work out. You want to work out, you can do it anywhere, because the creepiness and the ghosts are everywhere, even while you're sleeping. Yep, if you were planning on sleeping, watch out for this. Here it is. Yeah, that rounds out the creepiness. Sleeping, can't do anything about it because you're asleep. But it's happening. Does it happen to you? Has it ever? Have you ever heard of it? That's weird, huh? Is it even real? That's the question. Just like this coming up. Is this real? It's coming out more and more and more every single day. What is it? What do you think it is? Here we go. Look out your window. That's what he did. Yeah, what is that? And what do you do at that point? Stand there and just keep filming, or open the door? And would you even remember if you did? Oh, he did. That definitely got his attention, huh? Very, very interesting. But what is it? Elevated creep level, that's for sure. Spook factor, off the charts. If it's real, it's a little different than the ghost. Huh? Let's see some more. What do you think? Yeah. At the end of the last clip, or in it, you saw part of what's coming up. Open the door. Get the surprise of your life. Is it real though? If it is, what do you do next?
Man attacked by extraterrestrial. Check it out, guys. As you guys can see, this is a footage that I released before, but I slowed it down because I want you guys to see that whatever this creature is, it looks like a gray, tall extraterrestrial with very lengthy arms. And as you can see, as the man begins to open a door, the alien's arms are immediately touching him on his head. So the alien was able to initiate contact with this person and touch them on the head. You know, the report is that whatever this creature is, disappeared. The man finally opened his door at night. This was around 2:30 in the morning, and he didn't see the alien outside at all. So whatever, you know, purpose this alien had being there, it was simply just to put his hand on this guy's head. This is a very weird case. This is a very weird video. Even I don't understand why did the alien come to visit him. Once again, this happened in El Paso, Texas. If anybody in Texas knows what this is, please comment below. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, that's pretty strange. That's a little bit more of a breakdown on a very, very interesting encounter, if it was real. What is your take on it? How do you see it? Did it happen? Or was it just very well put together? Let me know. We got another one. Here it is.
She was exploring a house when she sees this. A Japanese man and woman went to explore a recently abandoned house in Japan. The former owner was a woman who lost her husband and daughter in an accident and eventually couldn't bear to continue living, so she took her own life. However, this man and woman are interested in the house, so they come to take a look at the property when they capture something utterly terrifying.
いいね、それは。ね、ほんと。木があるからね。ね。手入れ大変そうだけどね。ねえ、そこ開く？大丈夫だろう。多分中からどうにかすれば。またいいけど。
As they approach the front of the building and begin examining the area, the girl notices the figure of a woman just standing there on the window above, when the house is supposed to be vacant. Shortly after, they enter the building and begin to look at the rooms, until they capture something creepy once again.
ねえ、そこ、2階の窓。今さ、なんかそこから人が見えたんだよね。
本当？うん。中に誰かいるの？
誰もいないって言ったの。こっちはそうか。いいじゃん。結構広いな。いきなり後ろにいるな。何言ってんだよ。上見たけど、やっぱ誰もいなかった。本当
？It seems as though the people exploring the house are already aware of the past deaths that have occurred, but they didn't know that the house is haunted.
ちょっと。私がさっきから言ってた人ってあの人かな？この家の人かな？ご挨拶しとく？私やだわ。じゃああんた行ってきてよ。なんだよそれ。じゃあ俺ちょっと行ってくるから。待ってて。うん。いないし。なんだ。なんで閉まってんの？さっき開いてたし。なんで開かないの？ ちょっとやだ。
After opening the sliding door that somehow closed on its own, a terrifying face can be seen emerging from behind the door, and as the woman gets startled, we can see what appears to be a hand grabbing her out of nowhere. So just what is this house haunted by? Could this be a dangerous yokai? Or maybe the spirit of the mother?
Oh yeah, leave you with that on your mind just before you go to bed. That's just what you needed, huh? Yeah, I know. But hey, hit the subscribe button and you'll be right back at the beginning. We'll do it again next time. Have a good day.